Hey everybody, it's Maddie here at the museum. Actually, I'm not at the museum because we are quarantined. So I am going to be doing a session on agents of kindness with you today. So we still have a couple more minutes until we start. So you should probably get some of your supplies. And first things first, you should get your secret agent costume. I have a disguise as well. Good morning, guys. So I've got my lovely blazer and white shirt. I also have a pair of agent glasses and this oh so lovely hat right there. So if you guys have your secret agent outfits, I would love to see them, and you can share your pictures in the comments. That'd be really good. Yes, this hat I think is a little too big for my head, but that's okay. What are some things that you guys think secret agents would wear? I was trying to find a trench coat this morning because I think that a trench coat would have been perfect, but I couldn't find one anywhere, so this will have to do for now. And how did everybody's happy thought jars go? I know that I was following along with the marvelous Tara yesterday to make my very own happy thoughts jar, and this is it. So if you guys could go and grab your happy thoughts jar, because I think that we should put a happy thought in to start our day here. So I'm just going to unscrew this, and let's just pull out one of our strips of paper. Alright, so my happy thought today is going to be that I have two lovely sisters who are watching right now. So I'm going to write that down on my piece of paper. What are some of your guys' happy thoughts? And I'm going to put this into my happy thoughts jar. And I can come back to it at a later date. Perfect. So to join us today for our Agents of Kindness, again, you'll need a costume. So like I had my sunglasses and hat here and my lovely blazer. You're also going to need some construction paper and a variety of different colors, or blank paper and then you can color it. We're not picky here. You're also going to need our printables. Again, you can use just blank pieces of paper. It'll just be easier with the printables. A pipe cleaner. If you don't have a pipe cleaner, a straw works too. Some yarn and masking tape. Something to color with. And some glue or some tape. And I'm actually going to be using hot glue for some of my crafts today. And of course, a pair of scissors to cut everything out. Now, I would love to say hello to all of the fabulous people who supported the museum by buying packages. So hello to Temperance and Brennan, and you guys all met Temperance and Brennan yesterday in Tara's Happy Thoughts jar session. I'd also like to say hello to Natalie and Owen, and Ariana and Trent, Alice, hello, Tessa, Kaysen, Joy, Robert, Malaya, Silas, Yannick, Maddie, Caleb, hello Chloe, Peyton, Emmeline, Harper, Sabrina, and Eloise and Georgia, my two sisters. So I'm so happy that you guys have joined us, and we are going to get started now on our Agents of Kindness. So the first thing you're going to need to get is your two printables that look like this, and they are double-sided. Look just like this. And this is going to be the very first thing we need to become an agent of kindness. So grab these two sheets of paper and then grab a pair of scissors, and we are going to be doing some cutting. So I want you guys to take this sheet that has this cool spiral shape on it, and I want you to cut along the dotted line here on this page, along the dotted line. So here we are, we're going to just cut along there, just like that. So you should have a sheet that looks like this. Now I would like you guys to cut out your secret agent badge. And hello to everybody who said hello. If I missed you, I'm going to cut out our secret agent badge. Perfect. So set this aside because we will need it later. And then grab your next sheet, and there's a dotted line down the middle, and we're going to cut along that dotted line. Perfect. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4 different pieces, and we're going to put them all together now. So grab your first piece that you cut, this one here, and we are going to fold right here. See this little tab down here? We're going to fold it so it comes up on the other side. So we're going to just fold it just like that. Perfect. Just like this. And we are going to add some glue. If you look here, it says glue here, glue here. So we're going to put some glue on there with just a glue stick, or whatever glue you have lying around. You could also tape it too. Just put some glue there, and we're just gonna press it down. So now I've got a little pocket, and this pocket is for your Agents of Kindness badge. So you can just stick that in there, and then we're gonna fold this in half to make like a book. Perfect. So now I have my little Agents of Kindness book cover, and we need to put the inside pages in now. So find page number 1. This is page number 1. It's got a whole bunch of names on it, and we're going to fold this page just like this. Perfect. So that's our first page. We're going to put that in our book. And then we're going to go to our next page. So our next page should have this fingerprint on it right here. And we are going to fold it like this. And then stick it into our book. So you should have a book with a bunch of different pages in it now. You can staple this if you want. You can also glue those pages in with hot glue or regular glue, or tape them in. I'm just going to leave it like this because it's good enough for us. Now clean off your space, and we're going to go on to the next activity. So for your agent badge here, there's 2 spaces. So the little space is for a thumbprint. So you can just take a marker and just color your thumb and press on there to get a fingerprint on there, a thumbprint. And this other area is for a picture of you. So you could get your guardian to take a picture of you and then cut it out and glue it here, or you could draw a picture of yourself, whatever works. And next you need to come up with your secret agent name. So on the very first page of your book, you'll see that it has this little chart to come up with your secret agent name. So it says, using the first letter of your first name and last name, create your secret agent name matching the words below. So my first name is Madison, and my last name is Sharman. So I'm going to use M for Madison, S for Sharman, and I'm going to find an M in the gray box. And M is green, which works, that's my favorite color. an S in the next box, which is Edge. So my spy name is Green Edge. So I can write my secret agent name right up here under code name, which is Green Edge. I'm going to do that right now. Green Edge. What is your guys' secret names? Ah, yes, my sisters say hello. Hello, sisters. Perfect. All right, so once you guys have your code names, and I would love to hear what your code names end up being. You don't have to do it my way. You could just pick a bunch of different words on here as well. I know if Tara was going to do her code name, I looked this up the other day, and it's kind of funny. Hers was going to be 5 Taylor, which I don't think is a very good code name. She can be a lot cooler than that. So maybe you guys could let me know what Tara's code name should be. So we're going to flip to the next page. And the next page is our, Green Flash. You guys have such great names. Those are awesome. So we're going to do our kindness bouquets now. And this one's going to be lots of fun. So we are going to be making this. This is our little kindness bouquet that we are going to be making. So you guys are going to want to get the printable for your kindness bouquet. And it should look like this. There should be 3 pages. So you'll have your instruction page, and then you'll have a page that has 2 rectangles and a bunch of hearts. And then you'll have this page that has 2 different types of flowers split in half here. So the first page we're going to need is the page that has the hearts on it. So grab this page and a pair of scissors and some stuff to color with, and we're going to work on this page right now. So I am going to color this bottom box here that has all these lines. That's going to be the outside of our kindness bouquet. The outside here. So we want to make this look really pretty. So I'm going to just color this in here, and you guys can color along too. And I think I'm going to do mine different colors of purple and pink maybe this time. Just going to put this underneath here. Yeah. And so these kindness bouquets are really cool. You can do a bunch of different things with them. So you can secretly hide them somewhere in your house, and then you can try to have your siblings or your parents find them. You can also secretly, as quietly as you can, like a spy, give it to somebody in your house. So you could place it on the nightstand on your mom's side of the bed, or you could put it in the bathroom somewhere, just so that they don't know that you put it there. Be sneaky and quiet as you can. And now we're going to go put some lighter purple on here. Just like that. And I'm going to do one more color. I'm going to just do a light pink for the rest of this. A light pink. Perfect. So I've got my outside done, and I'm just going to do a little bit of coloring on the inside, because you do see a little bit of the inside in this. You see on this one I did yellow on here, so I'm just going to kind of color the middle part of that inside piece so that you can see that. And I'm going to do it in a contrasting color here, so I think I'm going to do orange, and I'm just going to color the middle of this box right here. Awesome. So now I've got purple up here, I've got orange down here, and then I've got a bunch of little hearts. And I'm only going to color 2 of them, but you guys can color all of them. And these little hearts are going to be the words of kindness that we put up on here. You can also cut these out of construction paper, which is actually what I did for these originally. But today I'm going to use these ones that we have on a printable, and I am going to do my hearts. I'm going to do my hearts blue, just 'cause. So I'm just going to color 2 of them on here. Perfect. Great. So now we have everything we need. Ooh, Rogue Slayer. I like that one. That's a really good spy name. All right, so we are going to cut along the dotted line. So the first part we're going to do is cut this dotted line. So make sure you cut this one first. The one that goes all the way down the page. And the next one we're going to cut is the one that goes across the page. Across the page. So you should have 2 rectangles here, and then your rectangle with the heart. So just put this sheet aside, and we're going to work on this one right here. So you'll notice that there is a black line in the middle. We're going to fold that along the black line. So I've got it folded along the black line, and then we've got these dotted lines here, and we're going to use our scissors and cut on those dotted lines. Make sure you don't go all the way through your paper, only cut on the dotted lines. Cut on the dotted lines. Good, and then you open it up and kind of can see through this sheet now, which is pretty cool. And we are going to glue our middle sheet now to make our first tube. So you can get your glue stick out. Ooh, Red Ninja. I like it. That's a good one too. We're going to put some glue where it says glue here. And we're going to put it all the way around and make a tube. So we have our first tube, and this is the inside of our bouquet, our kindness bouquet. And now we're going to do the same thing with this one here. So I'm going to add some glue where it says glue here. Blue Magpie. I like it. So we got some glue on there, and I'm just going to wrap it around. Wrap it around. Perfect. Now, if you guys see, if you don't want it to stick out very much, you can do it like this, or you can push it up and glue it into place so it kind of has this cool design around the outside. And that is the start of our bouquet. We've got our vase done here. So I'm just going to set this aside because we don't need it now. So we're all done with that part, and we are going to go on to making our flowers. So we're going to do a cheat here to make this go by quicker. So you can color all of these and then cut them out. I'm going to be doing ours out of construction paper. So if you did buy our packages, you should have construction paper in there that you can use for this. So I'm going to cut along this line here, the black line, so that I have 2 different types of flowers. So we've got this one here and this one here. And I am going to cut out one of these flowers, just one. And while you're cutting out this flower, think about what color or colors you're going to want to make this flower. I think I'm going to make mine light blue. I think that would be really pretty. And if you're at home and you don't have our printables, you can just draw some flowers too. That would totally work for this. So I have my one flower, and now this is the cheat here, so I don't have to cut out a whole bunch of flowers. I'm going to get my blue paper. I'm going to fold it in half. I'm going to fold it in half again. And then one more time. There. And I'm going to take my flower, I'm going to put it on here, and I'm going to outline the flower onto our piece of construction paper here. And once this is all done and we've cut this out, we should have a whole bunch of flowers, and we've saved ourselves a bunch of time too. So there's my flower all traced out, and now I'm going to cut it out. If you're finding it's hard to cut this many pieces of paper, that's okay. You can just unfold it a little bit and then start again. There's some there. I'm going to go around on this side. And around here. And last one. Perfect, so we've got all these flowers now, and it took us no time at all to get that done. So now we can start building this flower. So grab your pipe cleaner, and everybody who got one of our packages should have a pipe cleaner. We're going to fold it in half, this, and then we're going to cut it so that we have two pieces of pipe cleaner. And I'm going to take one of them, and I am just going to bend the top of it like this, and I'm going to put some hot glue on here. You can use some tape. Stick glue doesn't work too good for this part. And I'm just going to add a bit of hot glue onto the top of it, and I'm going to stick my first flower right on there like that. And let that dry. Ooh, lots of hot glue there. And to make our flowers look a little more realistic, we don't want flat petals. We want them to be curled. So the first one, we want to curl down. So you're going to take your thumb and your top finger, or your pointer finger, sorry, and you're going to curl this leaf like this. So see, the petal is now curled. We're going to do that to all of them. And we want these first petals to curl down. That. There. Kind of looks like a sad flower right now. All of its petals are hanging down low. That's our first one. Grab your next set of petals, and we're going to do the same thing that we just did. Is we're going to curl these petals. Curl them up. Awesome. And we're just going to stick this right on top here, and you can use stick glue for this. I'm just going to use my hot glue because it's nice and easy. And voila, just like that. So we're going to keep going doing this 2 more times so that we have a total of 4 layers of our flower here. So let's do our next one. Curl these guys up. Put some glue on the back, and put that flower in. It's coming along. one more. Oops, I got two pieces there. I want to make sure that the last one that I do has really curled petals, because those ones are the ones on the inside and they're usually a bit smaller, so you want them to look really curled. Like that. And put some glue on the back and stick it on our flower. And there you go. Here is our lovely flower. So you can, on the template, there's a little circle, and you can cut that out to add a middle into your flower. I like my flower just like this, so I'm going to leave it just like that. So you have one flower done. Now, for the next flower, these ones are a little tricky because you can't just fold the paper and then cut it out because they're all different sizes. So you can just color these, but again, I'm going to do a little bit of a cheat here so that doesn't take so long. I am going to actually glue part of this page onto this yellow page and then cut it out, so I don't have to cut out the templates and then cut out the flowers again once I've done tracing them. So I'm just going to add a bit of stick glue onto the corners of this on the back side where the flowers aren't. Make sure you don't stick your flowers onto the construction paper. We don't want to do that. And then I'm just going to stick this onto my yellow paper. Now I'm going to cut these guys out. I'm just going to cut this part off. We don't need it. And we're going to cut out our flowers here. And this will make it a lot easier if you're doing it with construction paper. If you are just coloring flowers, these flowers, then this won't help you at all. You just need to cut them regular. But I wanted to have nice yellow flowers, so I'm going to cut out each of these guys here. And so as you see, take this off. Aha, we've got our first yellow flower. Awesome. So we just need to do that with the rest of them here. So I'm just going to cut out this guy. These flowers are a little more tricky than the other ones, I think. Especially the little ones. I think my scissors are too big. Great, so we've got our next flower. We'll go on to this one here. When you're cutting, I find easiest way to cut is not to move the scissors, but to move the paper. So if you notice, I am moving the paper around the scissors, and then I am just slowly pressing down the blades of the scissors to cut. It makes it go by a lot faster. Good. We've got our next flower. Only two more left. And no worries if you guys aren't going as fast as I am. You can always watch this after we're all done. It'll be up on our Facebook page, and you can check it out there too. And one more. We're almost done. Perfect, all done. There you go. So let's just clean up our space here. It's never easy to work with a bunch of mess on your desk. And I'm sure my mom is laughing right now because I am clutter, and so is Tara. Clutter all the time everywhere. Okay, so again, we are going to take our pipe cleaner and we're going to fold the tip of it just like that. And we're going to add some glue onto that and take our biggest flower, this big guy right there, and stick it on just like that. And again, just like we did the other one, we're going to curl these petals down first. And actually, now that I'm looking at this, I think it's going to look like a dandelion when it's all done. Kind of like the right shape. Really miss dandelions. I miss anything pretty outside. All of this snow is getting really boring. I live in Edson, and so we got a lot of snow over the last couple of days. All right. So we got that first one, and then we're going to get our next biggest flower, and we're going to curl those leaves. Add a bit of glue to the back. And then do the next one. Only got 2 more layers left. Last one. Perfect. And there is our flower. So we can take our little vase that we made and we can glue these onto the side. I'm again going to use hot glue, but you can use tape for this. Just stick him right in there. All right, there's one. Let's add the other one. Cute. So here is our little bouquet. Now that you guys know how to make those flowers, there's a bunch of different things that you can do with those flowers. So I made one of these flowers just with the printable and colored it yesterday, and then I just hot glued a bobby pin onto the back. So you could stick it in your hair if you want. You could also do something fun with this. You could hot glue some eyes, some googly eyes onto the middle so they're like scary flowers, which is cool too. And then the last thing you need to do is cut out your hearts and write something nice on them. So on these ones, I wrote, "Thanks for all that you do. You are my superhero. You are wonderful and you are the best." So whoever you plan to give this to, you can write things that relate to those people. Like if you're giving it to your mom, "You're the greatest mom. I appreciate all that you do." And you're going to write that on those hearts and then glue it onto your kindness bouquet. And you can add a whole bunch of flowers on here too to a really big bouquet, which would be really pretty too. Awesome. So we are all done with our kindness bouquets now. So I'm just going to set this aside and we are going to go on to our next project. I'm just going to clean off my desk here. Okay, so our next project, if we go through in our Secret Agent Handbook, is our Minefield game. So this is a game. This isn't something that I can show you or do with you here, but I can teach you about the game. So in your packages, you should have sheets that look like this. Your guys's will be in color. This will be red. And this is a really fun game. We play this with a few groups at the museum now. So what you'll need to do is you'll need to cut them out so that they look like this. And you're going to put them on the floor so that the Secret Agents of Kindness is facing up, and you can't see if it says safe or boom on it. And you want somebody who is not you to lay these down on the ground, like your guardian or a sibling, so you don't know where the booms are. And your job is to get across the minefield without stepping on any bombs. And it seems easy, but it can be pretty difficult. So the more of these cards that you have, the more difficult it is to play. So you can play so that as you're walking across, if you land on a boom card, you turn it up and you leave it up so that you know where the booms are the next time. Or you have to turn them back over so you can't see it and you have to remember where they are, which makes it very difficult. And at the museum, we also play it so that as soon as you've made it across once, we start taking away some of the safe cards, so it gets harder and harder to make your way across. You'll also see that you'll have this sheet here. This is a grid. And so for your parents, guardians, whoever is setting this game up, this is for them to write down where they put the boom cards. So it makes the game go a little faster and easier too. So you can say, oh, you stepped on a bomb there. You guys can also play a game of Battleship with this too. So 2 people get a set of the minefield cards, and then they set up their own minefield, write it down here, and then each person has to get across each other's minefields. And then you can say, oh no, you stepped on a boom, go try again, and the first person across wins. So lots of different variations of this game, and it is lots of fun. So certainly check that out and try it out at home. And once you guys have finished that, you can mark it off on your secret agent book here. So you can write that you have successfully passed your training right here. And make sure you do this maze too, because this is part of your training. And you guys can also check off that you have made your kindness bouquet. And once you have delivered it somewhere in your house, you can check that off as well. Now, if we turn the page to our next project, we're going to do Hearts for Healthcare. And so this is another thing that agents of kindness can make to show their love for everybody out there who is still working and doing such a great job. So this is a wreath that we are going to make to go on our doors, and it is complete with a little heart hook to hang it up. So to make this, you are going to need, again, some construction paper. You can get our printables, or you can just get some blank pieces of paper and scissors and glue. It's pretty straightforward. So I'm going to put that just right here, and we are going to start. So I think for this one, I am going to do dark blue and white and red and pink. I have a bunch of different colors. And I'm going to grab the printables that we had. So we should have this heart page, and then you should also have a page that has a ring on it that looks like this. So we're going to cut out this ring first. So grab your scissors, cut out your ring. And you guys can customize this with your colors too. So if you have parents that are working in oil and gas and they've gone away, you could put a black heart in the middle of this to show that you're thinking about them too. Lots of colors have so many different meanings. Now, this is an important part, is we want to make sure that we cut out this middle part. If you have younger kids, it's not a must to cut it out. It just helps a little bit. So I'm just going to fold it in half, cut a little slit in it, and then just cut around the outside. All the way around. Great, and we have a start to our flower, or sorry, our heart wreath. And then we have our heart. So I'm only going to cut out one big heart, one medium heart, and then the tiny heart. And they're going to be my templates for my construction paper. But if you don't have construction paper and you just have the printables, you can print off a couple sheets of these printables and then just color in the hearts however you want. So I've got one big heart and one little heart. And then the middle heart. So you have to pick which colors you want to put on the outside. Those are going to be your big hearts. So last time I had purple and white, and I think I'm going to do blue and white this time. So I'm going to fold my sheet of paper in half, and then I'm going to fold it in half again to make sure my heart fits on here. Yeah. And then I'm going to fold it one more time, and I'm going to trace out my blue hearts onto here, or my big hearts, sorry. And then just cut it out. And I missed the bottom of my hearts on this one, but that's okay because they're going to be covered up by the wreath anyways, by the other hearts. Okay, so there's all my blue hearts. Fold your white piece of paper in half, and then in half again. And we're going to trace out our hearts, our big heart again. And we're also going to trace out our medium-sized heart too. Medium heart. So we should, after we're all done with this, have 8 of these white hearts, 4 big ones and 4 medium ones. There's our 4 medium, and here are our 4 big ones. 4 big ones. And I think I'm going to do pink for my next big ones. Here. So fold it in half again. Fold it in half again. Perfect. You guys cut out for a second there. Trace out your heart. And our medium one. We're almost done cutting here. I know there's been lots of cutting today, guys. You're gonna have very, very buff hands doing all of this cutting. So some more medium. And some more big, and then we just need a couple little ones, and we're going to do that out of red. So fold it in half, fold it in half, fold it in half, and draw out that little heart. Just going to cut these out, and then we're going to get to gluing And you guys don't have to do these wreaths out of hearts. You could do them out of any shape, really. You could do circles or squares, or you could interchange them up with hearts and circles or squares, whatever. Stars, that would be really cool too. So now that we've got all of our pieces, I'm just going to spread them out here so that I know what I have. We can start gluing them. So on your rings, you'll notice that there are lines, and this shows us where we're going to glue our first hearts. So we're going to take our big blue heart, or whatever heart you guys decided to choose, and we're going to glue it on the line here so that it's right in the middle of the line. And we're going to do that on the bottom here. So that looks like this. And we're going to do it on the two sides now too. And I would love to see what you guys come up with once this is all done. Your beautiful wreaths. And then you can hang them outside on your front door, or you could hang them on your door in your room, outside of your room. So you should have something that looks like this. It looks kind of silly. And we're going to now add, I'm going to do my white hearts. That's what I'm going to do next. And I'm going to put these in between my blue ones. So you'll see that there's another line here. We're going to glue onto those lines. So I'm going to put one heart right there. So just like this. And just keep doing that all the way around. Goes here. Here and here. So you guys should have this pretty thing. And then we're going to go around and do a different color now. So we are going to do pink this time. Oops. Pink. And we're going to put them in between our blue and white hearts, like that. So add some glue. And we'll do that again on the other side here. Should look like this. Oops. And then we're going to do the top and the bottom. Just like this. And then I'm going to add some more blue hearts in between those pink ones. Right in between the pink. So we have so far, so we're almost done. So now I'm going to add some white hearts in between the pink and the blue ones that we put on here, and just moving it down towards the middle a little bit more. Okay, and we'll add another one, another one, one more. So close. It looks like a flower, actually. Okay, and I'm going to do some pink now, right in the middle. Oops. And I'm just going to add one red heart right into the middle. Here we go. Here is our wreath. Now we're not quite done yet because we still need to put our hanger on the back. And the hanger is really easy. We're just going to take some of our hearts that we had. We're going to take 3 of them actually. 3 hearts, and we're going to glue these 3 hearts together. so that they all line up. Glue the next one on top. So you should have this very thick piece of paper, and I'm just going to draw a circle, a shape that looks like this, and we are going to cut this out of this heart here. So we're going to cut down the heart and then cut this circle out. So you should have this now. And we're going to glue this onto the back of our wreath. We want to make sure that it is pointed at the right direction so our wreath isn't hanging crooked, like this. And we're going to glue the two fat parts of the heart here down onto the wreath. Make sure you don't glue the top part because that's where the nail or the hook or whatever is going to go through. So it should kind of stick out a little bit like that. And there we go. Our heart wreath is all done. Our Hearts for Healthcare. Great job, guys. Awesome. So this is another game that you guys can play as Secret Agents of Kindness. You guys can get out your bag of yarn. I know it looks kind of weird because it's in this bag and then we've got this masking tape around it. It's for a purpose though. So you can take out your yarn. And this is no ordinary yarn. This is a laser beam. So you guys can use this to string across a hallway or a room, and you can take off the masking tape from your bag and stick it onto the walls. Ask your parents first. Stick it onto the walls of your house and string them across the room in a zigzag pattern, just like this. And then you should have a page that has these 4 bombs on it. So you can take these bombs and you can spread them out throughout the room, and you have to get through the laser grid without touching anything and retrieve these bombs before they blow up. So you can have a guardian or a friend or a sibling time you. So you could do 1 minute first, and then you could do 30 seconds the next time. See how fast you can collect all of these bombs. So that's another secret agent game. So once you guys have finished your healthcare wreaths and you have finished your laser grid, you can check that off here. So we're going to turn. I'm going to do actually the very last page here, which is secret messages. And this is my favorite one. Secret messages are awesome. So you guys should have a printable that looks like this. This is the instructions. And then you've got a page that looks like this. It will be in color. It'll look like this. And then 2 more sheets in behind. So we're going to start doing our first code breaking class here. And this is so much fun. I love codes. Tara knows that I love codes. So we're going to take this sheet here and we're just going to cut along the dotted line here. So we can start cracking this code. So we've got this. This is our legend. This is very important. Don't lose a sheet. And then we've got this here. So our legend tells us which folds, which colors we have to fold at what time. So I know that I need to fold along the red line first in order to figure out what the secret message is on here, because it's just a bunch of random words right now and I don't know what it's trying to say. So we're going to fold along the red line. So we'll find that red line and we'll just fold along. So now we've got this. It still doesn't say anything. Next we need to color in fold our blue line. So find your blue line. It's this one right here. All right, so we're gonna fold along that blue line right there. Fold that. So now we've got this, our one a kind. Okay, so it's making a little more sense there. All right, so we can do our green fold now. So fold our green, and then the last one we need to fold is the yellow. And then if you guys look, we have a secret message that has emerged here. You are one of a kind. I know it's probably backwards for you guys, but that's what it says. You are one of a kind. It's really cool. So you can make your own coded folded message. There should be a blank sheet that you have. So cut the top off and then fold up your piece of paper however you want. So I'm just going to quickly do that here. So I'm just going to fold it a bunch of random ways. Don't do it more than 4 times. Don't fold more than 4 times. So I'm going to fold there. I'm maybe going to fold, here and here and maybe there. So I folded a bunch of times, and now I can write a message on here and color each of these folds. And then when you unfold it all, you can write a bunch of other words in here to confuse anybody who may be on your trail as a secret agent. And don't forget to fill out your legend here so that whoever you're giving your secret message to will be able to decode it. So that's one of our decoders here. And then we also have this one here. So you should have a piece of paper that has two of these on it. So I want you guys to cut out one of these strips here, and I'm going to do that. Cut all the way down. And this is where you're going to need some tape. And we're going to tape this to the tip of a pencil. And I've already done this here. So you're going to tape it to the tip of the pencil so that it's like this. The T should be at the top, and it should look kind of like a triangle, this shape in here. And we're going to start to wrap this around here. And we want to make sure that there are no gaps, that we don't see any of the pencil underneath. So we're just going to wrap it all around this pencil. And this is going to show us a message, I promise. All right, so here we go. If you guys look, it says be kind right there. So it was just a jumbled up bunch of letters, but now we actually have a message on here. So again, you too can try to make this secret message. There is a bunch of strips on here, and so you can write a bunch of letters on here. Well, first you should tape it onto your pencil, twist it all around, write your message, whatever it is, and then take it off, write a bunch of other letters, because you see on mine, it doesn't just say be kind, and then you can give it to somebody and they can try to crack your code too. And don't forget, we also have a bunch of printables that we didn't talk about today as part of the Secret Agents book. So our kindness rocks, there's also diffusing the bomb, and a couple of others. So you can check those out on our website as well. And I want to make sure that everybody checks out the last page of their book and try to fill out all of these things today. These are all of our top secret missions for you to do. And as agents of kindness, it'd be awesome if you were able to do all of them. And I'd like to thank everybody for joining us today on Quarantrain. If you were unable to purchase our packages, we'd really appreciate if you could go to our website and think about making a donation. Just click donate on the top of our page. And we hope to see you tomorrow. We are going to be making a 3D globe, and it's very cool. This is it. It has 20 sides, and it's got this clear window, and it's filled with all the flags of the world. It's very cool. I've been playing with it a lot, and we are going to be making this tomorrow. So I hope to see you guys then, and Tara and I are both going to be together at the museum, hopefully, and we'll see you then. Oh, and we're also going to be revealing what was in the mystery suitcase. You guys had a lot of really great answers, so we'll see who was correct. Thanks, guys.